After 7 days of dry fasting, Sarah's body was weak and fragile. Hunger had drained her strength, leaving her quiet and withdrawn. Hot Lipton tea was given to her first, then hot Nigerian pepper soup with yam, believing that warmth would restore what starvation had taken. But food could only heal the body, not the scars hunger had carved into her heart. When her father arrived, fear sat heavily on his face. He brought energy drinks and snacks, not knowing how else to comfort a child he believed was constantly under spiritual attack. Slowly, Sarah began to eat solid food again. Her body responded, but her spirit remained wounded, burdened by questions she was too young to ask aloud. Soon after, Sarah was enrolled in a rural government school. It was a local school, free and poorly equipped, yet within its walls, learning became her only refuge. In the classroom, Sarah shined. Session after session, her name appeared at the top of the list. Books became her hiding place, a quiet world where suffering could not reach her. Meanwhile, her father abandoned his former church completely. He devoted himself fully to the prophetess's church, attending every service faithfully. Every Wednesday night, prayers lasted until morning. Fear, prophecy, and fasting became a regular pattern of life. Because Sarah lived with the prophetess, Mr. Daniel regularly brought foodstuffs to the house, hoping she would be properly cared for. Yet, despite all he brought, Sarah sometimes went to bed hungry. The food existed, but it wasn't always within her reach. Some afternoons, she returned from school exhausted, only to find empty pots and silent rooms. Slowly, anger grew inside her. She could not understand why she was starving when provisions were always being brought. On a certain night prayer session, the prophetess prophesied to Mr. Daniel.
Mr. Daniel, I see a solution to your problems, but it requires a lot. You must be ready to obey accordingly. Mr. Daniel, you must bring 7 alligator pepper and 3 virgin ants. If you can't find these things, then bring money for it.
She claimed it was the final sacrifice needed to end the family's suffering. Mr. Daniel obeyed without question. He placed the money into the offering box, clinging to hope as if it were the last thing keeping him standing. After her father left, desperation took over. Hunger and frustration clouded Sarah's thoughts. That morning, Sarah made a decision born of need, not malice. She took the money that her father gave the prophetess for prayers and carried it with her to school. At school, she spent freely. For the first time in a long while, she ate without fear, sharing food as if generosity could erase pain. But the freedom was short-lived. The missing money was discovered, and suspicion turned quickly into judgment. Sarah was found and publicly shamed. She was beaten and mocked before everyone at school, her dignity stripped away. When she returned home, the punishment continued. She cried and begged to follow her father, but she was dragged back and beaten again. The next Wednesday night, another prophecy was released. Sarah was declared initiated again into witchcraft through a dream. Fear returned stronger than before. Sarah was ordered to begin another 3 days of dry fasting. During the fast, Sarah felt completely sober and alone. She missed her siblings deeply, especially her brother, Samuel. She wished they could live together again as family, but she was under relentless pressure. So she came up with a plan. The next morning, Sarah said the words they wanted to hear. She claimed she saw her brother in a dream, caught in the same witchcraft darkness she was accused of. Sarah's plan worked. The prophetess wasted no time. Her father was told,
You're picking Samuel. Don't chop winch for dream. You have to bring him back for deliverance.
Fear returned like a familiar enemy. Believing he was protecting his children, Mr. Daniel agreed once again. He called his cousin Mrs. Margaret Inugu and asked that Samuel be sent back immediately.
You're finally missed you too. It's good to see you.
When Samuel returned, a rush of joy and guilt collided inside Sarah. She was glad to see him, yet crushed by the knowledge that her words had brought him back into the cycle of fasting and fear. The reunion was brief. Samuel was forced into 3 days of dry fasting, just like his sister before him. When the fasting ended, Samuel was taken away once more. Sarah returned to loneliness and fear. The house returned to silence. Left alone again, Sarah began to think deeply. If obedience had not saved her, if silence had not protected her, then what would? This birthed anger and frustration inside her. Then she began to plan her next move.